There's a new stud in town. What'd you hear about him? Well, they said that he's big and strong and good looking.
Gotta get your act together.
Harder, stronger, harder, stronger, harder, stronger.
Hairy, sweaty, macho.
Real physical strength. He'll never stop.
I was not the best student. In fact, I was a downright terrible student my entire educational career. And even though I was lucky enough to go to a really good school district that was very competitive, I came from a time and a place in the 90s where if you kept your mouth shut and you allowed the good students to do their thing, the staff by and large would just give you a seat and tell you to get out the door. I understand that many of you might be saying, what is the relevance of this story, Michael? I assure you I'll get to the point. You see, I have no interest in what it takes to become a successful fitness influencer. In fact, I acutely dislike it. Your expertise and your ability to share that expertise is greatly overshadowed by your ability to find things that are eye-catching, marketable, and to engage in all the ins and outs of algorithms and engagement. Those of you with even a casual interest in improving your fitness are just overwhelmed by an endless stream of ever-changing suggestions on how to get that fitness. The focus of all this information is it's on being eye-catching and being worth your money, rather than on it being truly useful or healthy or sustainable or, last but not least, meaningful. The reason I began this with my less than stellar academic background is that I genuinely love learning. I've always loved learning, much like I've always had a passion for training and nutritional science. From a young age, I read for fun, and I found history, especially American history, fascinating. I knew the namesakes, the artists of all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before the franchise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles introduced them to me. I was that kid. The issues arose, I guess, when I perceived a disconnect, whether I be right or wrong, between knowledge and education. You see, school seemed to be a lot more about crafting resumes than it did about genuine curiosity and fostering intellect. Many of the successful students that I knew were just checking off boxes to climb the educational ladder, and they were seldom considering how they broaden their personal horizons. And in my youthful idealism, I believe that school was meant to help you learn about the world, and then subsequently you learn more about yourself. You know, I love to write. I loved to write when I was a little kid. I still do. And I when I was 10 years old, I idealized Jack Kerouac just as much as I did Oral Hershiser. You know, and the students who excelled at school, they didn't resemble me. They didn't share my interests. And most importantly, they were willing to put in all that effort that I certainly avoided. You see, here's where it all comes back around. When I observe prominent figures in the fitness industry, I see a similar pattern. You know, I refuse to train with someone merely for social media exposure. Frankly, I don't want to ruin my workout. And I just like filming my own workouts because that's time and energy that I could devote to the one thing that's always consistently boosted my self-esteem, the training itself. And I apologize. I do. I apologize for getting heady and carried away a little bit. But I truly believe the entire situation has just become so misguided. The growth, development, the enlightenment that can come from investing in your fitness and investing in your health, it stems from an acute awareness of your inner self. Certain foods may energize you, while others will give you fatigue and they make you feel sluggish. And one type of horizontal push is going to make your shoulder feel awful, while another one can be actually therapeutic to your shoulder. None of these insights, none of them, are ever going to cross your mind if you're glued to TikTok, searching for the latest drug or the latest hack or the latest exercise to achieve optimal results like the person who's posting it. You understand? And this isn't selfish, but this is all about you, not your identity or the frayed ends of whatever you perceive that to be. This is about the real you that silently kind of simmers inside of you. You know, high school students who drift through my life, they're like hungry robots seeking the next crucial programming to update themselves and keep their operating systems relevant and functional. You know, that pursuit, it consumes energy, and there's very little left to kind of focus on how you felt when George shot Lenny of Mice of Men. I was this macho jock guy, and I remember really I had to take 45 minutes to sit and just think about these dense feelings I had when I read that. Chasing the next peptide, the next leg press, the next circuit, the next carnivore, the next keto, the next fasting, blah, 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 blah. That stuff, it drains you. It drains the energy. You should focus on yourself. You should be focusing on, am I really hungry right now? Or am I just bored? And why am I going through this feeling? I know I just ate. Why am I having this feeling? You have to get in there. You have to get in touch with those things. Here's something that I've learned as an old man. You will always feel lost without you. Without that connection to your true self, you're always just going to feel aimless. You know, this journey, it has no finish line. It's just about the process and how you navigate it. If you blindly adhere to a training plan or you blindly adhere to a diet, you're not progressing, you're just busy. You remember when Tyler Durden poured the acid on top of the narrator's wrist? What did he say to him? He said, stay right here. Quit leaving. Where are you going? This is the most important time in your life. Be with this pain. Feel it, experience it. And that's kind of how you gotta be with your diet, with your training, with your habits. If you're seeking a quick fix or a new plan to achieve a shredded physique with minimal effort and minimal time, you're just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Embrace your feelings, okay? Take ownership. No trainer, no influencer, no life coach can do this for you. The really good ones, they can hold your hand and show you how until you're ready to do it for yourself. In this crazy mixed up world that makes you think that nobody cares, remember, I do. Be good.